which is odd. I don't know. That kind of blows my mind, but whatever. You also can't find TNA came out with a classic Terry Taylor figure. You can't find that anywhere either. So up next, Todd Grisham interviews John Cena backstage, who is talking still like he's an Eminem wannabe.
Sorry, I think you know what I'm laughing at.
Yeah. So did you notice John Cena's still trying to talk like a rapper all the time, and he won't just like talk like himself?
Yep. He's like kind of laying on a Boston accent too.
Yeah, a little bit. But Cena puts over the fact that now that he's on Raw, now he is on Raw, not SmackDown, and that's what's important. And he asks Todd if he's ever been the new kid in school. Todd lies about being popular and athletic, and admits finally that he pissed his pants in 10th grade biology class.
And his nickname was
Todd Piss'em. That was just if something ever screamed Vince McMahon wrote this promo, that was it. God dang it, pal, he pissed his pants. 10th grade. Good crap, pal.
Oh, good grief.
Vince loves bodily functions. He loves them. And look, I'm not above laughing at a good fart joke once in a while, but he literally had Sheamus have piss thrown in his face on SmackDown a few weeks ago. So I just throwing that out there. Anyway, back to this.
Oh, he had his son Shane do the same thing. So
yes, gosh. Cena says that he is now the kid voted most likely to kick somebody's ass. And that's going into their match later. This following match, man, this whole feud was just so much cringe all in one segment. It was Kane versus Edge with Lita in his corner. They went for 11 minutes, 19 seconds. There were loud "We want Matt" chants started after a couple minutes into the match. This, by the way, was because Matt Hardy was fired after he went online and went on this huge tirade against Edge and Lita after finding out that his real-life girlfriend Lita was cheating on him with his real-life friend Edge. So who do they fire? Matt. But don't worry, he would go to Ring of Honor, call himself the Angelic Diablo, do absolutely nothing, and then come back to the company. I think the very next night after this on Raw, right?
Apparently he showed up at the wedding. I didn't realize that. I have to go back and watch a lot of this, but
because remember he kept like popping up at random times and being escorted out of the building.
Yeah, I think that started before this. Actually, I didn't realize that. So
yeah. Well, anyway, to the match here. There's a lot of Kane chasing Lita spots. Eventually, Gene Snitsky and Lita both get involved at various times. In the end, Kane catches Snitsky with a big uppercut, hits a chokeslam from hell on Edge.
That was his fault.
Picks up the win. He picks up the win. I gave Uncle Dave rated this way higher than I did. He gave it 2 3/4 stars. I gave it 1.5.
Wow, really? I thought it was 3 stars. I thought it was really good.
I might push it to 2. I might push it to 2. I wasn't a huge fan of the match, the angle. I don't like overbooked matches, and I felt like Snitsky constantly getting involved, Lita constantly getting involved.
I'm of the other mind. I think that there was just enough interference. I don't think it was overbooked at all. I think it was perfect. Snitsky was still in a feud with him, and he started a new one with Edge. I was like, why not have that? And remind us that he's still feuding with Snitsky. It's not just Edge. So,
right.
That was perfect for me. And I thought the match was like so good, and the finish I didn't see coming. Even like when I watched it back, I forgot. And I was like, wow, I fully expected Edge to just walk away with this.
Yeah, I will say the end got me, because even, 15 years later, looking back, I was like, well, Edge is going to win this one. And then when Kane won, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, right.
Well, the surprise end, well, surprise to you and I thought was really good. I'm sure there's somebody out there, I saw this one coming a mile. But,
Now I'm turning off your stupid podcast. Go play Fortnite because you're stupid.
Go play Battle Royale and destroy all those little kids.
What the hell?
It's only kids that play Fortnite. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying you and Uncle Davey there were wrong. I can see your.
I don't like agreeing with Uncle Dave. It helps, but sometimes he is right.
Yeah. Hey, up until this match, I was spot on with all of his ratings. So next up, Shawn Michaels does an interview where he says that he's wondering if he and Kurt can live up to what they did at WrestleMania 21. Spoiler, they did. He then says that due to the draft lottery, revenge is finally possible for him, and he ends the promo by saying, "Tonight, vengeance will be mine," and he walks away. I thought that was a good line to close the promo. It didn't feel forced either.
Right.
But up next here, man, we've got Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle in the WrestleMania 21 rematch. They get plenty of time, 26 minutes and 9 seconds. Besides a random ref bump that never really comes into play during the match, this match made a ton of sense. It was intense. In the end, Angle tries to dive off the top and gets met with a sweet chin music for the second time in the match. Michaels scores a pinfall victory. Uncle Dave gave it 4.5 stars. I gave it an even 4 stars. What say you?
My only note was not as good as WrestleMania 21, but freaking amazing.
Yes.
And how do you not give this match 5 stars? I mean, it was perfect. I feel like this is a perfect match. Now, saying it's not as good as WrestleMania 21, I don't think that takes anything away from it because I don't think it's going to live up to that, except for the greatest wrestling match of all time we saw a couple weeks ago. But, other than that, though, but...
You're talking about AJ and Daniel Bryan, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing else we could possibly be talking about at this point.
But I thought this was a masterpiece.
I did too. I loved it.
I find it funny, by the way, we've done 2 shows in a row where I've said a 5-star match. So
yeah.
To me, it's got to be perfect, and I think this was perfect.
There are a couple of things that on the show that you can say, go back and watch this if you got the time. Above all else on this show, if you can't watch anything else on the show, give this one a watch. It's perfect. I mean, I didn't consider it perfect. Obviously, I give it 4, maybe 4.5 stars, but I think it was really, really, really close. I don't know. I could watch it on a loop. I'll say that. And these are 2 of my favorites of all time. And if they're not in somebody's top 5 of wrestlers of all time, then what are you looking at? I don't know.
Are we talking like top 5 best wrestlers or favorites? Because I can see them not being people's favorites.
Yeah, I'm going to say best wrestlers. But up next, the aforementioned Jonathan Coachman interviews Batista, and he says that by the way, Coach is wearing sunglasses inside to just nail home the fact that he's a douchebag.
Wow.
There are only 2 reasons you wear your sunglasses inside and your sunglasses at night. 1, okay, I'll say 3. 1, you're a vampire. 2, you're a douchebag. Or 3, you're Corey Hart. Kudos to anybody who gets that last reference, but I know you got it. All right.
I got it.
Anyway,
I still want it.
How dare you disrespect the good goddamn name of Corey Hart? Anyway, Coach interviews Batista and says that the only reason Batista beat Triple H at Backlash was due to bad officiating, and tonight the odds are against Batista because he'll meet Triple H in Hell in a Cell. Batista says that he's not scared and will be the only one walking out tonight. Triple H then walks up and tells Batista that no one beats him in Hell in a Cell. And he shows Batista, and they get into a pull apart. So another good setup. This is just the thread, pumping it throughout the night because
real quick, are we not going to acknowledge Coach hiding under the TV when this all happened?
That was great. Him hiding under the TV, Triple H's Motorhead mustache. Just
oh man, that thing was like spot on at this point too.
Yeah, and it was heavily mocked by BG James and Kip James over in TNA at this time, I believe. You remember that interview?
I do, yeah. And then they immediately quit when he tore his quad, and they like, oh wait, we were just playing. Get better.
Yeah,
that kind of undid it for me.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I love that crap though when they were doing that, and like there was this long interview where they would be like, and that stupid freaking mustache. Oh man, you want to know something that's worse than that mustache though, man? Up next, we see a leather couch in the ring, and Justin Roberts introduces Lillian Garcia. Lillian then introduces the world's largest love machine, Viscera.
A.K.A. Huge Hefner.
Oh my gosh. I do not have a figure of Big Vis, by the way. Do you?
I have King Mabel.
Oh, well, you got the best one.
Hey, you know what? I was like, I want to get some figs when I'm in Canada, and it was on the shelf, so.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. I would have bought him too. But they have an actual Viscera from the Ministry of Darkness figure.
It just came out.
Yeah, it looks sweet. I like the look of it. So, anyway, Lillian sings Viscera a song, especially for him, and she gets down on one knee and proposes. This was the culmination of a long, I don't know how long it was. It seemed like an eternity to me because I hated it. But a thing.
Hey, Lillian's ahead of her time, by the way, being the one that proposed.
Yeah, right. But yeah, this was a thing where Viscera was like being super creepy with Lillian Garcia. And finally, she gave in because, the four
Why
greatest.
Would she?
Yeah. Well, Greg, the four greatest words in the English language. You wore me down.
Yeah.
No.
Trust me, I'm working on it. Anyways.
Good Lord. Viscera says that he will take the proposal under consideration when all of a sudden the Godfather comes out with his, and that's what they were called, so don't send me your hate tweets. He comes out with his hose. Godfather.
Escorts, pal.
Godfather. This none of this could ever happen in 2020. By the way, for multiple reasons. also, y'all out there, you should probably be social distancing the hose. Just saying. But anyway, I digress. Godfather asks Viscera if he's really wanting to get married or to take a ride on the whole train. Viscera shouts, all aboard, and they all leave together, and Lillian cries in the ring.
First thing I got to point out, by the way, one of the funniest parts of this whole thing when JR is like, oh, the Godfather's here. He's like, JR, how the hell can you look at the Godfather? You got those women in the ring. He goes, there's nothing wrong with me. What the hell's wrong with me? Like,
this whole thing was like, my gosh.
Before we started this, I said there was one downside. This is it.
Yeah, this went on for a while.
I know, right? I feel like it dragged for like 30 minutes.
I didn't think about this aspect, but I think the reason they got Godfather there, and they decided to wrap this up now, for multiple reasons. But Godfather lives in Las Vegas, and I think he runs a strip club out there.
Yeah,
so
it's probably not a big drive for him.
Yeah, they were like, hey, drive up to the arena, bring some of your strippers, and we'll call them hoes. And he's like, deal. He's like, you sure you don't want me to bring the face paint and be Papa Shango? And they're like, nah, I'll bring the hose.
Yes, because this is better.
Yeah, I actually would have preferred a Papa Shango return.
What's he going to do? Set a curse on Lillian? He's going to throw up everywhere? And
well, yeah, and then Viscera turns back to his evil ways, and they form like this dark union. I don't know. I'm thinking way too much about this.
God, you went all Russo on that one.
I do have a Papa Shango figure and a Godfather figure, by the way. Mattel.
Me too. Both. Didn't I give you the Papa Shango? I think I brought it to you in New York, right?
You did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I bought